So when I come up here, it's always a surprise, otherwise I don't do formal remarks. So each year is special, unique, a clear expression of the students who have shaped this work at the institution, both on main campus and on other campuses. Last year, we celebrated our 10th. We marked this year as a renewal, a beginning of the second decade of our work on the hilltop. And for us, there was no profound way of doing this than by dedicating this year's ceremony to Father Howard Gray. He was my guru, as he was to so many, and his discernment and strategic wisdom and vision has shaped so much of us. Thank you, Father Gray, wherever you are. It is also special because this is the first time we have had someone give our invocation and do our keynote who were students at the center, Joe and Josh, to welcome both of you back as Reverend Grauman and Dr. Josh Guzman is a true honor. And we, of course, we take full credit for all of what you've become. Really, though, this is the best moment I could ask for. When our students exceed us, as they always do, it's time to go. The arc of history is unpredictable. And sometimes, just sometimes, there is the due of poetic justice. We all know that Georgetown was established in 1789. 200 years later, in 1989, there was a quiet shift of the tectonic plates. We settled a lawsuit that had been brought against us by a group of LGBTQ law students. That moment in 1999 carried within it the imprint of many decades. The histories of institutions are, after all, the histories of individuals. The histories of institutions are, after all, the histories of individuals. And before that moment in 1989, there was 1979. Two very different students at this institution who created a path for our work. The first, a law student, Laurie Jean, who along with 4 others filed the lawsuit asking for the right of LGBT students to form a club, have access to a mailbox, and the ability to reserve classrooms. We settled out of court 10 long years later. That moment was painful for so many people for so many reasons. But like all such painful moments, it carried within it the seeds of healing. Laurie Jean is now the executive director and CEO of the largest and most prestigious of LGBTQ institutions, the Los Angeles LGBT Center. In 1979, another young student graduated from GU, too. He bore witness to many of his friends who were members of the LGBTQ community. He understood deeply the challenges, limitations, and the liberatory possibilities of a Jesuit institution. He went on to become special assistant to Father Healy, dean of students, a professor. And in 1989, when the suit was settled, he was there, as he was almost 2 decades later in the fall of 2007, when he responded to student demands for a center. As with all things on the hilltop, it was very differing visions and stories of the 2 students and many others who worked themselves in different ways that has allowed poetry to bloom and to grow from those enormous pots of pain and hurt and mistrust. It was still a risk in 2008 to commit to establishing the first institutionally funded center on a Jesuit campus. And you took the risk, you said, President DeGioia, not only as a president and as an educator, but as a parent. I was told you dislike surprises, so I take that risk now on behalf of the center, our faculty, staff, students, and alumni to simply say that on the 40th year of your reunion, thank you. Thank you for your willingness to listen. Thank you for being willing to go where many do not. Thank you for your continued and sustained support and commitment to our communities. And we are particularly thankful that you have brought so much of yourself as a Hoya, an alum, and a parent. I ask everyone to join me in offering a small token of our deepest gratitude and appreciation for all you do for us. And hopefully there are more chocolates in there for you to share. So my last thank yous before we head out for dinner. Each year, it takes a village to put the ceremony together. This year was different. I just waved a wand. No, I'm kidding. This year, more than any other, the ceremony truly would not have happened without entire worlds of people who have worked so hard to make it happen. To the many, many colleagues within Student Affairs and across campus who have given hours of their time, if you're here, please, can you raise your hand or come forward, including all the award winners who have been putting to work, people like Julian, who left the office still putting to work. I want to particularly thank Eileen, who helped manage all of the registration process for us. To the many, many amazing students who gave of their time to help us put together one of the largest cohort. To my student staff, Lane, Josie, Teek, Mackie, and Sienna, who have kept me sane and laughing, difficult in all the right ways. My deepest appreciation and love to all of you. And a very special shout out to Sarah, who was part of the graduating group last year and stepped up in a big way to take on a big role in the center. I'm so proud of you. I'm so proud of all of you, and thank you for everything. And finally, to the class of 2019, draw brave maps, grow wild things, stay connected to each other and to us, and thank you for all you did to leave our community more whole than you found it.